Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So today I am going to do a palette knife and brush abstract artwork. So I have my canvas ready and I've got my paints aside. So I'm hoping to get a very red and yellow style this time. It's hard to kind of sometimes work out exactly what colors I want to use, but I have marte dimensions in this pearl red wine. So it's the only pearl color, but it's mostly because it's the darker red that I have. Then I've got Liquidex Basics cadmium red deep hue, pebeo cadmium red, Liquidex Basics Mars black, holcroft professional titanium white, Liquidex Basics cadmium yellow light hue, and holcroft in cadmium yellow medium, and arylamide yellow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one right or not. So this yellow's on the orange tone, this yellow's on a real bright yellow tone, and the reds kind of go from a deep to a light as well. So that is my plan. Now I am going to put some black down first. Not a lot. I don't want to overwhelm it with black. So let's work out a pattern. That might be enough black. Can always add more, it's hard to take it off. So yes, there is a bit of scraping noise, can't always help that. So the hard part is sometimes when I get paint on the top part of the palette knife is to actually be able to get it back off. I don't know if I should add a little bit down this way. So that's the thing, you can always give it a bit of a scrape and move it to where you want. Alright, I like that. Now, always have your paper towels ready, which I didn't have, and clean your tool off every time. Now, I won't be adding any more black. I'm going to try and I feel like I've actually got a little bit too much black, even though I thought I used not a lot. Now, I'm going to go for yellows at the top, yellows across the tops and reds down the bottom. So I'm actually going to go the lighter yellow first, because this is a little bit too fluoro-y, and I don't want a lot of that. I want that to be in it, but I don't want it to be the dominant yellow. But with the reds, I'm going to go the other way around. I'm going to go darkest to lightest, and the yellows I'm probably going to go lightest to darkest. So then that way there, the two colours on top will be more matching, as they hopefully. So, whoops. We just want drops. And sometimes you do get different colours when you mixed yellow with black. So don't over mix the yellows. So we want them on the canvas, but so if I mix that too much more, I'm just going to get more black and a lot less yellow, because the black is quite dominant. I'm getting very painted hands here. That's alright. Now I'm going to go with one of the reds. So I'm actually going to go the metallic one at the bottom, because I'm not doing it for the metallic colour, I'm doing it for the richness of it. So I'm just scooping it. Oh, that's a little bit too much there. And this paint is pretty textured. So you've got paints that are quite fluidic. This one here, it will, if I leave the jar on the side, it will slowly move, but it doesn't like to move a lot by itself. So I'm just making sure that I've got some across the middle. And then I'm just going to bring some down into the other areas. There, that's better. I don't want to have any blank spots in the middle section, because that makes it harder when you go to do your paint swiping. Your brushing, sorry. Now we will go cadmium yellow medium. Put one dot there. Then a couple up there and another one down where the paints are intermingling. And you know when to stop when you feel like your colours are getting a little bit too blended. We're not really going for a blended look. This red looks even nicer out of the bottle than it does through the packaging. That changes the colour a little bit, that packaging. This is so much more vibrant. So the hard part is with these is sometimes you want to add paint and colours, but you've got to try not to over add it as well and make too much. Oh, I haven't opened this one. Probably got a half open bottle of this somewhere then. Oh well. I don't want to waste time running around looking for it. Okay. Yeah, that's the colour I needed. Now before I do the last red, I'm going to add a little bit of white just to kind of break it up a little bit. Not too much. Come on, drip. Over this side, and one in the middle. And these do look like a complete utter mess at the moment. They always do. But for some reason they pull together nicely at the end. So again, that red looks a little bit different to how it looks in the packaging. Okay, so that's all we're going to do now with the actual palette brush. So I can put that aside, keep it nice and clean. I'm going to grab my paints out the way. I'll put them over here. I don't have anything that you don't want to get dirty lying around, because it will actually get paint on it from brush strokes. It's the way that you do the brush strokes in this that will cause that to happen. So now what we want to do is we want to brush this paint, but we got to kind of pick a pattern that we want to do before we do it. And I'm going to go the lighter side first. So I'm going to go kind of want it across there and up there. So I use my brush on the side, and I'm just reaching out to the edges and bringing it back in. I'm going to go a bit deeper in this section. So I have got a lot of paint. So let me... I'm just getting off the excess paint, because that black and that yellow have mixed together and made like an army type of green colour. It's still in there, but I brushed a lot of it out so I can get this yellow, hopefully. Still drawing a lot of that darker colour. Alright, I'm going to do some more. Try and get some over here. Yes, much better. See that lighter colours coming through? So I'm giving myself a lot of definition up there. So I'm going to go in deeper here. And then come back out. Hope I haven't taken my canvas too much off the edge so you guys can't see. I'm going to change brushes. Too much paint on there. So I've come down a little bit, probably too deep into this section, I find. I think what's happening is it's a warm day and I've got a feeling the paint's drying out quicker than I would prefer. So it's a little bit harder to do that blending effect. This side's good. I think I've come down too deep into the artwork over this end. And I probably should have changed my brush a little bit earlier because I also feel there's a little bit too much heavier paint on this other side here. So it's okay, but it hasn't got that definition that I wanted. So, let me look at it from a different angle. It's not so bad that way. So let me turn it around here. So the way it was facing you looked better to me. I kind of feel like I need to fix this here. So I'm not doing much to the edges, I'm just putting a little bit of the excess paint on there. Just makes it a little bit easier when I go to paint the sides later on. So what I really wanted was a little bit more yellow streaking, and there's a pink streaking, but the black has taken over too much this time. Maybe because that black paint is actually thinner than the other paints. But, do you know what? We may be able to do something. So when I add white, it does actually usually improve it. So I'm just going to dip my paintbrush into some white that has been thinned down a little bit. Try not to get actual drips. Now, that's better. I'm going to leave this as it is and let it dry. It might actually turn out better, and sometimes things actually look better when they're dry compared to when they're wet. Because I don't think they will, well, ultimately sometimes you can't actually fix what you've done. All you can do is either start again or leave it and see what you think about it in a day or two. So I think I'm going to leave it as that. I do prefer it. So for me, it's facing the right way, how it looks better. For you guys, it would be that way. Yellow at the bottom, the red at the top. I feel like that has a better feel to it. It looks a little bit less unbalanced. But yeah. Alrighty, so I'll turn it back my way because I'm going to bring you down for a close-up. But now it's just a matter of letting it dry and see how it turns out. What I would have preferred was this middle section to have stayed out a little bit further and not come in with my paintbrush as deep as I did. I feel like I've come in a little bit too heavy. Probably because one, I wasn't concentrating, and two, the paints were a bit thicker. They weren't moving the same. But I'll bring you down and let you have a look. So there we go. Let me know what you think. It always looks different, and it's just a fun artwork to do. I do art for fun. If it doesn't turn out, I don't get too upset. I just either paint over it or just give it away. I might take this one to work. Work's probably going to go, what, another painting? But I'm just having fun. Alright everyone, have a good afternoon or evening, and I will see you soon for another pour. So just comment, like, share and subscribe if you have not already. See you soon. Bye.